I remember being a teen mom, not really knowing what I'm going to do with these kids, and I'm a kid myself. But I thank God for my mother and my father. They were a good help system. My dad was determined that, he would help me to raise my children single parently when that day came when I became a single parent. I will say it was the most scariest thing in my life, but I didn't let nobody know until now. Um, it was the most scariest thing that I have ever had to do. Um, I always was scared that my children would need something and I wouldn't have it. I was always afraid of that. And for that reason, for me, this is my story, I had to be a boss. I had to. So I went down, to the welfare system, got my help, and they offered um, a trade. They offered me I could go to a school and take a trade. So the trade that I took was cosmetology because I was already, braiding hair. A girl from Brooklyn moved to South Carolina with some skills. I don't know where them braid skills came from. I promise you, like my best friend Yvonne Peace, she was my daughter's godmother. She braided my hair in high school, and I promise you, it was like when she braided my hair, it was like God was showing me how to braid through her. Like I could feel what she was doing, and I started braiding. And she used to braid my hair in high school, and wet and wavy micro braids, and I loved it so much. And I just became the braid girl, and started doing my own when Yvonne couldn't do it, cause I wasn't finna pay nobody. And when I moved to South Carolina, I moved to South Carolina because I wanted a better life for my daughters. I knew that if I had to be a single mom, I needed to go to South Carolina because my money would stretch more in South Carolina versus Brooklyn, New York, with two daughters. And I wasn't planning on being on welfare forever, so that wasn't an option, you know. If I was planning on staying on welfare forever, that probably would have been a thing because they have 100 projects and 100 places, 1,000 places to place you. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted my daughters to experience going outside and playing in the dirt all day and not being bothered, not hearing no gunshots, not hearing none of that. So that's what I did, and I was fortunate to know about that because I went to South Carolina every year when the summer came to my grandmother's house. So I was very fortunate to know these things and know that that's what I wanted, whether I had kids or not. I was like, I am going to live in South Carolina because it was just peaceful. It was just peaceful. Like what I got out here in Georgia, peaceful. So I love the South. I'm a city country girl. I say that forever. I might get some t-shirts made. But anywho, I already got a patent, so don't go try to follow because I already got a patent. I just ain't made the shirt yet. But anywho, um, parents of kids and you're a teenager, teenage fathers, teenage mothers, you're gonna be all right. I'm all right. I'm 50. My children are over 30. You're going to be all right. I made it. It was the scariest thing. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm going to be telling my stories, things that I did along the way to um, be a great um, single mom. Because I was so scared to not be able to provide for two children alone, which I never thought I would do it alone. And I know none of us had babies with no man and thought that we would do it alone. So God bless us. But, and I never want to know what it feel like to walk away from my kids. I don't ever want to know what that feel like. I don't want to ever know. So My thing was go, 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 go. I was on go to provide for them, to make sure they had a good life, to make sure they had a safe life and a godly life. And I did that. And the results are in. They are amazing children. They are amazing grown women today that I am so proud to call their mother. And when I look at them, I see my fear worked, because I literally was afraid to not be able to take care of my kids. And that fear allowed me to do everything I needed to do to provide for my children. And I went to, when they offered me a trade for welfare, I went to cosmetology school, got my full cosmetology license, and my career started. I was no longer just a hair braider. I was now a hairstylist with a license. And I'll keep telling my stories. And I thank you all for listening. And please follow my YouTube, because I really, really finish all of my stories on YouTube, because the full story is the story. And I decided that I don't need to write a book. I am the book. So I'm going to open my mouth and talk and tell my life. So come on over to my YouTube, be a part of my community, and thank you. And to, again, teen moms, teen dads, you can make it, and you are not alone.